team, Catherine here. Cream of the chaotic crop. I wasn't born into ease. I was carved by chaos, refined by fire, built in the furnace of everything that polite society tries to hide. So you'll find no fluff here, no filters, no performance. I don't have a fancy intro, no background music, no sugarcoating, just me, raw, real me. You don't have to like, you don't have to share, you don't have to subscribe, don't even have to comment. Because the only thing I'll ask is that you'll remember yourself. And if you don't know how, start with what's true. Truth is the tether tied to freedom. Truth is how you find what's you beneath all the noise. And once truth takes you apart, it owns you. I almost didn't make this video, not because I had nothing to say, but because something in me was still waiting for permission. Because conditioning dies hard. And I found myself waiting for the right moment, the right words, the best delivery, the clearest sign. And I decided to give myself permission to not be perfect, and permission to not need permission at all. Because truth doesn't wait, and neither should we. I'm not here to be revered. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to be soft, easily digested, or defended. I'm here to deliver truth. Truth about what it means to feel everything and still stand. Truth about clarity. Clarity that cost you everything you thought you needed. Truth about how healing isn't soft and waking up isn't pretty. The truth about how liberation is born in loneliness, not in the light, but in the wreckage. Truth about the difference between performance and presence, between image and integrity, between numbness and knowing. Truth that might not feel nice, but always lands clean. I didn't read this in a book. I lived it. I've walked straight into my own destruction time and time again, eyes wide open, and came out clean on the other side. I've held myself accountable. I've called myself on my own bullshit. I know what it takes to get to the other side. I'm not handing out a shortcut. I'm holding up a mirror. Because experience isn't wisdom until it's shared. Pain isn't power until it's translated. And truth doesn't change the world until someone dares to say it out loud. I wasn't displaced. I was hidden, buried deeply in chaos, on purpose, with purpose. Because chaos, that's where truth hides its sharpest tools. Not in the light, not in the peace, but in the grit, the grind, the rubble of a lie collapsed. The place is too loud, too broken, too raw for anyone else to look. It's where the soft gets scraped off and the truth tellers, we rise. I'm not here to soothe or coddle you. I'm not here to babysit your belief system. I was sent here to say the one thing no one else will say. It's not just you, it's most of us. It's all of this, the entire human experience and what you've been expected to be. And the reason it sucks, the reason it stings, is because your truth is waking up. I've been called a lot of things. Too sensitive, too angry, too loud, too intense, too deep, too wild, too smart, too emotional, too much, too unstable, complicated, dramatic, too honest, too out there, too inconvenient, too everything. And finally, their favorite, which happens to be mine, crazy. Crazy Katie. She's crazy. As if truth isn't always called crazy right before it becomes canon. So I'll speak it clean. I'm not here to help you feel better. I'm here to help you get better at feeling. because feeling is how you find what's true. And most times, truth is formless, it's visceral, it's felt, it's an experience, a nudge. And it's one of the most important knowings that you've been taught to dismiss. And truth is the only way through, and through, it's the only way out. If you're ready for some hard truths, if you're willing to drop the script, burn the blueprint, and actually look at what's underneath your numbing, your silence, your performance, then you're ready for this. You're ready for me. Because you didn't come here to survive the system. You came here to break it with your truth, with your authenticity, with your original signal. You are the disruption. We are the disruptors. So don't wait for it to make sense. Don't wait for it to go viral. Don't wait for someone else to say it first. Say it anyway. This isn't a podcast, it's a portal. This isn't about making sense, because nothing makes sense until you make it make sense. Make sense? This is about making contact. This is not a brand. This is not what I do. This is who I am. I'm a rupture in this system. I'm not unforgettable. I'm inevitable. And so are you. You're not here for surface level clarity. You're here because some part of you remembers what it felt like to be honest before the world convinced you it was dangerous. Everyone knows what truth feels like until the world teaches them not to. We're not trained to speak truth. We're trained to flinch at it, to distrust it, to sanitize it, to vote on it, soften it. So when something lands in your gut like a thunderclap and makes no logical sense, that's not confusion. That's truth, finally getting a word in. That's the frequency I speak. Uncomfortable truth, nervous system calibration, soul level rebellion with no apology and no want to fit in. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to rescue you. I'm here to hand you the mirror and to tell you, you've known all along. You were right. You still are. But you're conditioned, drowning in constructs of should do's, ought to's, don't do's, and must haves. You're not confused. You're uncalibrated. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're just a soul screaming in a language the world forgot how to speak. You've been trying to tune your signal to a system that runs on silence and sedation. You just haven't had the right room to speak it in until now. See, some of us weren't meant to heal. We were meant to rupture the whole fucking lie, to wake the field up by refusing to participate anymore, to stand there in the middle of the fire and not shrink, to own it, to hold it, to come to love it. You're not broken. You were born burning with clarity, but they refused to acknowledge what you knew. So they labeled you, they diagnosed you, they medicated you, they spiritualized it. They told you to calm down, be nice, be good, be grateful. They told you you'd understand when you were older. They hoped you'd forget, but you didn't. You were reading the energy when no one gave you permission to. You were witnessing truth while everyone else was performing the part. And now you get to be done. Done making yourself digestible, done negotiating with dissonance, done waiting for permission from people who abandoned their own truth a long time ago. Because the world's been gagging on glitter and pretending it's light, slinging spiritual jargon like it's confetti at an enlightenment parade. But you came here to speak fire. Truth doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't trend. It lands. And when it lands, well, it rearranges the whole fucking room. And to the future of this planet, if you're one of the ones who are wide awake, maybe you're 17, maybe you're 23, maybe you're 65, maybe you're just raw and real and finally done pretending that this is a part for you. You're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not behind, you're not too much, you're not too emotional, you're not too disconnected. Truth is, the only thing that you are too much of is everything you're not. Wide awake in a world that profits off sedation, and the world doesn't know what to do with that yet. We've been watching war, injustice, disinformation, climate collapse, generational silence, spiritual performance, still being told to smile, hustle, manifest, journal, be grateful. You're not failing, you're just struggling to be fake. You don't need to wait until you're older to speak truth. You don't need credentials to feel what you already know. You don't need to filter your clarity through people who fear their own. You're not here to fit in. You're here to build what comes next. You're not the future. You are the upgrade, and I've got space for you. Not for performance, not for comfort, for truth. I'll be dropping no holds bar conversations, and if you've got questions no one can answer, send them my way. I'll say what they won't. I'll say what you already feel but haven't heard out loud. This isn't just for one generation. It's for every soul who's done waiting, done apologizing, and done cutting themselves down to size. So if you've been hiding, shrinking, tiptoeing around your knowing, trying to translate your fire into something easier to swallow, let this be the moment you stop. Let them choke, because you didn't come here to be safe. A ship wasn't built to sit in the harbor. It's built for the open seas. You're not a dock decoration. You are divinity, undefined. I didn't come here to be liked. I didn't come here to be revered. I came here to deliver truth. I won't be defending myself, not for my message, not for my voice, not for what you think you heard about me, not for what someone else told you I am. If you want to know who I am, you'll have to hear me yourself. And if you can't handle the signal, we're not aligned. And alignment is what you're seeking. I'm done being spoon-fed and falsely led. I'm done pretending I don't see the strings behind the performance. I'm done watching people perform healing while hiding from themselves in the spiritual graveyard. And I'm fully done asking permission to say what's already true. Because I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to remind you what real truth feels like, what it felt like before the world taught you to doubt it. So don't flinch, don't whisper, don't wait. The room doesn't get a vote. Your truth doesn't need a permit, and your life doesn't require permission. If it's true, show up out loud, even if you're scared, even if no one listens. Say it anyway.